Hello everybody, Cephalon Cat here. So I wanted to make a video regarding Noble Legacy, a game that recently came out in early access. Some information regarding me and the game is that I was accepted into the content creator program for the game, which as somebody who is a very tiny channel. I was very excited about it, but yeah, that also meant that I received a key for the game, so I got early access. I was able to showcase the game early on my Twitch and YouTube before the game got released into early access. So I was definitely predispositioned to be very positive about the game and to excuse and dismiss issues I came across. However, after seeing a lot of reviews that also seem to not touch upon the negatives at all, and be very positive without any constructive criticism, I decided to make this video to talk about my experience with the game because I think it is needed. So the positives are that the premise of the game I really love. The main reason I got into the game was because from the demo and the premise where you can create the buildings exactly as you like instead of having presets. That is something that I tolerate in Medieval Dynasties and Goku Dynasty, Asuka. Every game of the type, I would much rather have the control over the buildings rather than having presets. So the fact that Noble Legacy allows you to create the buildings from scratch or have presets if you so choose, I adore. It's a great premise and I'm really happy a game is doing that. But after playing for 18 hours plus at the time of this recording, I have experienced some issues that I wanted to talk about in the hopes that the game improves and the people that get into the game are aware of what they're getting into. So the positives, the devs listen, they are very active on the Discord, they look at the bug reports, the feedback reports, everything like that. It's very good. So that is a very positive thing to have for a dev team. What I would say for the early access release is that nowadays it's true, we are spoiled when it comes to games in early access, not only for the quantity, but also sometimes for the quality. For example, a game that comes into my mind when it comes to an early access game that is absolutely superb is Enshrouded, which if you haven't checked out, absolutely check it out. It's an amazing survival crafting building game, and it deserves all the attention it's getting. And even when it first came out in early access, the amount of content was great and everything was great, basically. So this is something that gets us spoiled when it comes to early access. So if you think it's going to be another Enshrouded, no, it's not going to be another Enshrouded. In fact, I would say that Noble Legacy perhaps pushes the boundaries of what early access can be. The reason I'm saying this is that the amount of technical bugs and gameplay bugs I've come across while playing for those 18 hours are a bit too much. I'm going to be showing some of the visual bugs on the screen, and also the amount of content you get in the current state of the game, a game that costs $20 something with a DLC at $5 is it's not a lot. It's if you had played the demo of Noble Legacy, it's the demo and Kingdom Mode, which Kingdom Mode is the empty map where you can start from scratch. And that is the amount of content that is currently in the game. And also, a lot of gameplay mechanics are locked currently. They, for example, unlocks for new items and stuff like that, they're in a coming soon state. So you are getting a very limited version of the game. You're not getting a complete version of the game for sure. So another disclaimer that should be said about the game is that there is a lot of AI content. I don't know if they will at least replace the AI voice acting, but there's AI voice acting. The visual portraits for the villagers are it's clearly AI. And also a main selling point for the game is the deeper conversation system, which is something where you have to sign up for OpenAI to use. So basically the game is wearing its AI usage on its sleeve. It's not going away. So if you have an issue with AI, if you don't want to support games with AI, this is something to keep in mind as well. So why am I saying all this? Well, basically, I've noticed that a lot of the feedback made from members, people that have played the full game now, it's their constructive feedback seems to be slightly dismissed, and that's not good. Not by the devs, but by the community. There seems like we are dealing with some toxic positivity here, which I think can only hurt a game that is still being made. Toxic positivity, extreme positivity just means that you are in an echo chamber where you only accept the positives and you have yes men around, which is not good, because then you cannot see besides a very limited view. It's not good for a game that is still being made and needs its feedback to grow. I just think that after seeing so many videos that seem to focus only on the positives, we do need videos like mine where we talk about the negatives. Not to be negative, not to make a negative video, not to make a hate video. This is not a hate video. This is a video where I want to be clear on what my experience with the game is, give constructive feedback if I think of any, and present my experience. So for example, I'm going to list the bugs that I experienced just from one play session of playing the game after it released in early access. So one visual bug is the shadowing while walking. This means that as you walk, it seems like there is a shadow left, like a clone of you as you walk, kinda. It's a visual bug that is present in some games. Another is a distortion of the pixels on the screen. I showed this in this video too, when in rainy weather. That is a very serious visual bug. On the character creator, my model would not load until I exit out and back in. That's whatever. I don't care about that stuff, but just, to give you a full picture of the technical bugs I've experienced. I've seen unloaded icons in the UI. Gameplay-wise, I've had villagers not working and giving error messages that they cannot reach their workstations for no apparent reasons. Error messages that seem to the text to be extremely small, so you can't even really read it. The library, the scholars are not actually investigating, researching until they reset somehow. Events spawn in weird places, such as the chicken event. They spawn on the roof. Villagers that you've already recruited that should be unique, they appear on the recruit roster again as clones, which shouldn't happen. And also I've seen villagers deposit stuff in random storage boxes, making them a disorganized mess. So this is just from the description of the one play session I had. There have been more bugs. This is just what I was able to note down while playing. One other bug is that when you have lower graphic settings, your character's face might actually melt in cutscenes, which is kind of funny. So yeah, just from that, you should be getting the impression that if you decide to play this game, you are very much playing a work in progress title. That's not only a work in progress when it comes to its content, it's a work in progress when it comes to its technical standpoint and its gameplay standpoint. Also, another thing I want to point out, combat is pretty much, it's bad. It needs working on. There are mechanics missing, such as hunting, bow and arrow, stuff like that. So yeah, just what I'm saying is that you will be buying a product that needs a lot of work to get to point where it's ready to be presented as a full product without many issues. Because even finished games have issues, even full releases. However, as I mentioned, this game, Noble Legacy, pushes the boundaries of what is accepted as early access right now. So yeah, that is my hopefully not too long video regarding Noble Legacy. If you played the demo, if you watched gameplay, if you watched other reviews, and also perhaps had similar thoughts like me that we need to talk about the constructive feedback more, let me know. I'm open to discuss. I'm not here to hate on the game once again. If I get removed from the Discord for this, I guess I understand. From the creator program, I understand, I guess. It's just, it's not necessary, I would say. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.